Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, April 8th, 2021, and let's get into my astrological outlook for the day. So, universe always provides is a general theme today, with the sun conjuncting the Eris Point with Vulcan, with Venus, and discharging 20 degrees of Aries today, the Sabian symbol of a young girl feeding birds in winter. Although things may seem bleak and cold and barren and harsh on the surface right now, generally, there is something bigger than us feeding and nourishing our souls and spirits and minds today as we again receive another divine infusion of energy, helping us to break free from restrictions, radically shift mindsets, and heal negative thought patterns and programmings in the mind while simultaneously coming into greater wholeness within the heart space energy and the divine feminine within. All right, now let me talk about why. This is all happening with the sun nourishing our hearts and our psyches and feeding our souls and minds what they are truly needing to heal. Because Mercury is conjuncting Chiron today. And this is happening at 10 degrees of Aries. A teacher gives new symbolic forms to traditional images. This means we receive new ideas and insights into things we have formally understood, and we come to understand they are completely different than what we originally thought. Okay? That's how I'm interpreting this symbol today, and Chiron being there, it's also in trine to Saturn and Aquarius, helping us build. And Mercury is at this degree today. We know Mercury is a powerful, important planet right now because he's in mutual reception with Mars, and the North Node is also in Gemini, speaking to Mercury. So we follow Mercury, and today Mercury is with Chiron in Aries, carrying out the work that I just described, and we'll go on to describe further now. Healing Chiron today comes through acquiring fresh, new ideas and perspectives of things we once viewed one way but come to see another. A teacher gives new symbolic forms to traditional images. Healing through realization and evolution of thought and understanding, Mercury. Embracing new revolutionary ideas, Mercury and Aries, Mars and Gemini, is how we heal Chiron and master Chiron, our lives, and our new reality as we go forward into our new paradigm, our new world, second renaissance, and all the very interesting and different things that await us in that new reality. Another thing I want to say today is that we have Mars at 22 degrees of Aries, also moving into a trine with Jupiter at 25 degrees of Aquarius. What, buddy?
Can I have some frozen fruit?
As soon as I'm done, I will get you frozen fruit. So yes, Mars at 22 degrees of Gemini is coming into a trine with Jupiter at 25 degrees of Aquarius. Remember, Jupiter is at the degree a butterfly with the right wing more perfectly formed. So this to me is doing a lot to kind of rebalance in our psyches the way that our brains function and that we connect, giving us a greater potential to really cultivate our intuition during this time and to connect to something more creative and intuitive and inspiration, and just being able to open more to the flow of creation with that right brain energy being emphasized right now in juxtaposition to the left brain dominant way that society has been structured up until now. So I just want to say that real quick. And Jupiter expands everything. So when Mars is coming into a trine with Jupiter, that just adds that just blows up that whole Mercury-Mars dynamic that we have going on and brings it up to even another level of serious slicing through consciousness and looking for liberation of the mind. I wrote, yes, so Mars is moving into trine with Jupiter, which will do a lot to expand, remove obstacles, and facilitate Mars's quest to destroy the illusion and free the mind from the control matrix of the past. What I just said, summarized again for better clarity. Okay. Moving on, another thing I want to say about Jupiter right now is this week, and this is of note to me too. Now, I am a Western astrologer. I use the tropical zodiac, but I also find a ton of relevant information and really important data in the sidereal system and the Vedic system as well. So I really use both, and I don't neglect to follow what's going on in the Vedic system and in the sidereal system just because I'm a Western astrologer. So that being said, I do want to say that on the Vedic end of things right now in sidereal astrology, like I said, which I also follow, this is a huge week because in the Vedic system, the sidereal system this week, Jupiter is moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. The Vedic system trails the tropical system, I think, by about 24 degrees. And so while Jupiter right now in the Western tropical system at 25 degrees of Aquarius, according to the Western tropical Sabian symbols, because the Sabian symbols are in relation to the degrees of the tropical zodiac, there are also degree specifications called nakshatras, which are amazing, and I'll talk more about those, and those are in the sidereal Vedic system. But I think it's interesting that the first degree of Aquarius in the Vedic system is that this butterfly with the right wing more perfectly formed degree, because that is doing a lot for us right now in our transformation and in our process to really open us up. And that's the same energy that the Vedic astrologers are describing for Jupiter moving into Aquarius, really now beginning to open things up. So they're saying that this influence will cause a lot, like I said, to open up and flow more freely and provide more positive experiences and increased optimism generally. Jupiter rules gifts, blessings, optimism. So with Jupiter coming into Aquarius, according to the sidereal system this week, that is what they are expecting, and they're expecting things to start just generally flowing a lot better now that, according to their system, Jupiter is moving into Aquarius. So generally, I'm expecting with this also things to become less restrictive in terms of, the restrictions everywhere. And also the Jupiter influence now out of Capricorn, like I said, and into Aquarius, according to the Vedic system, should also provide a noticeable shift from now going forward. And so I wanted to mention that as well, because I do really, really respect and find a tremendous amount of wisdom in the sidereal system. And that is a big deal for Vedic astrologers right now, and I feel like everything factors in, so does that. So I wanted to mention it and bring it up. Finally, we have the moon today in Pisces in the balsamic phase of the month, in the balsamic phase of the year. We're in the last few days of this moon cycle in Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. We're in the last few days, the balsamic phase before going into the new moon. The moon is in Pisces. And this is the last one of like the age of Pisces. So we're triple Pisces right now. We're triple balsamic. Like we're in the end of the Pisces cycle with the moon in Pisces for the last Pisces cycle of the age of Pisces. So that is like, it couldn't be more perfect energy for release, letting go, and forgiving, so that we can fade and just dissolve all of the Piscean things that have dominated our lives ever for this like past 2,000 years. We need to release it and give it back to source. So when I was thinking about this, and I feel like I wrote it more eloquently than I'm saying it right now, I wrote, yes, finally we have the moon today in Pisces in the balsamic phase, of the month, in the balsamic phase of the year. And it's also in square to the nodes. While we have the sun, Vulcan and Venus conjuncting the Eris Point, breaking free, liberating everything, just doesn't care, okay? And then Mars in sextile to the Eris Point and in trine with Jupiter, that's big time. And then Mercury conjuncting Chiron in Aries, and that relates back to everything I said in the beginning of the video. And then let's not forget about our good friend the Black Moon as the midpoint between the Eris Point planets in Aries right now and Mars in Gemini trining Jupiter, while the nodes are in positive aspects to Saturn and Uranus is in Taurus. Everyone is involved. So what this means in English to me is that, like I said, right now we have the absolute best energy and most supportive dynamic possible. The Pisces phase of the Pisces year of the Pisces era, like, it's time. To release what no longer serves us from our entire lives and our entire, not only our lives, but our ancestry and our family lines and our bloodlines. Like, this is a total karmic cleansing. Like, it's a big thing. Like, this is it. This is where we totally release everything that has kept us in a perpetual state of negative subconscious programming that causes us to continually act out patterns of self-sabotage that prevent us from ever getting in tune with our true selves and cultivating our talent, cultivating our potential, and becoming the divine versions of ourselves that we were born to be, and being able to give and receive in order to support the people around us and also provide for ourselves. And that's truly what Aquarius is. Aquarius is all about being the unique individual and harnessing your personal uniqueness and your personal skill and what makes you different. But it is in order to fill the place in the hole that no one else can fill except for you. Aquarius is all like, it's all about the individual in context of their role in the whole overall thing. All of us have something that we need to contribute and that we were born to give that no one else in the entire world has and can do. And really, it's our job and our obligation to step up, Saturn, people on the staircase graduated upwards, and take responsibility for ourselves, for what we were born with, and cultivate what we have, bring it out, because what we naturally were born with, who we are, that's our talent, that's our interest, and that's our passion. And you can't do a job or a service or contribute better than when you do it because you love it. And it's not work, it's what you're interested in, and it's fun. And that is, what makes people want to interact with you anyways. And so really, it's just what's best for all of us. It's the medicine right now. And just to wrap this up, finish what I wrote, release what no longer serves us from our entire lives and family lines as we let the moon take it with her back into the darkness and release it to the cosmos as we are born fresh and new as she is. A new continent rising out of the ocean, the degree of the black moon right now in the middle of all of the action. Moving into the new moon on April 11th, 2021, the new moon in Aries, our first official steps into the new world and the age of Aquarius. So guys, this is magical. Like, it's divine, it's magical, and to have Eris and Venus and the sun in conjunction with Mars and sextile trining Jupiter, right for this last balsamic phase in the triple Pisces energy, and Mercury conjuncting Chiron, healing our thought patterns. And that's really the key. And we're doing that through integrating the feminine principles in order to strengthen and support the masculine principles to take back our freedom of thought and mind. And that's the whole plan to create the new world, because once we're all liberated and freed mentally, then we become a completely empowered population, and there is no control system. We don't need to look for governments and for, programs to help us, to support us. We're doing it ourselves because of what we have within and the skills that we have and the ability that we have to carry ourselves forward and be self-sustaining, to create self-sustaining systems where we can thrive and be happy and live our joy. So that's what I have today. This is our final chance to forgive, heal, and let it all go. And we have tremendous, tremendous, tremendous divine support to make that happen today, to nourish us through our journey. Again, and it's in relation to the feminine, a girl feeding birds in winter. The feminine, Eris and Venus with the light of the sun, are there today to nourish our souls, to reintegration and wholeness, so that we can help Mars with his mission, heal our minds, Mercury and Chiron, and become a new continent rising out of the ocean, the Black Moon in Taurus. So that's what I have today, you guys. I hope that you guys got something interesting or relevant from this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Leave a comment. I love comments. And share it with your friends if you want to, if you like this, if you think that they might like this, because I want to get this information out to as many people as I can. And that's how we get the algorithms working. So thank you guys. Have a beautiful day. You're all amazing, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.